Good morning. Welcome back to Liz and Let Grow. I'm here on my newly refinished deck, which I think by now you would have already seen the transformation of. So just enjoying the heck out of it right now. And today I have a couple plants that I really want to pot up, and in particular I have this cut rose called Love and Peace. It's like a golden yellow to orangey red. So it's going to be a beautiful addition. And I have a big giant pot that I'm going to be putting that in. Let me show you real quick. I'm still in my socked feet. And this deck anymore, it is waterproof. So the water sits on top of it instead of soaking in, which is a nice feature. It's a real nice feature. So this is the pot that I picked up at an estate sale a couple days ago, right down this road from me, and it was full of dirt and dead plants, but I was like, wow, that is really pretty. I want that. And she was like, yeah, $10 because none of them are real. They're all plastic. I was like, what? Yeah, this is foam, so it's just got like a great patina on it. Anyway, I think this is the one that I'm going to plant my rose in. I did drill some drainage holes in there, and you can still kind of see the shavings. I read online that it's not super necessary to do it in foam because the water does leach out, but I just wanted to be extra sure that I'm not rotting out my beautiful new rose. So anyway, let's get that potted up. I have planted up gladiolas and dahlias in these pots here. So I'm excited to have something else growing here besides what looks to be just pots of dirt. This is the rose that I bought. It is called Love and Peace Rose. It's a cutting rose. It's going to get around, I think, 5 by 5. So this was about $15, and it says the Love and Peace's blooms average 5.5 inches in diameter and sit atop long, sturdy stems with a profusion of glossy green leaves. She's a vigorous grower and perfect for cut flowers in the vase. So she's going to go in here. We're going to plant some things around her. I also have some bone meal I'm going to be fertilizing it with, which is good for roses. I also have some recycled pots here that I want to put at the bottom probably I'll show you, but probably like laying down to take up a little bit more room, because the rose doesn't need quite that much room, but it does need a lot. It just doesn't need that much. You will definitely be hearing my kids in the background. Touch fertilizer. I have to take one out. It's not deep enough. We're going to be burying it up to here. Just watching a ton of Monty Don gardening. Now I'm going to sow some white sweet alyssum called Carpet of Snow in probably 4 little clumps. Another thing that I'm going to be doing, these herbs. I have two little rosemary herb plants here, and these are all just from my grocery store. I have a little mint that I will keep contained, and then I have some parsley here. I've got 2 of those. I also have 2 of these grasses, but I'm going to plant these up. These are variegated oat grasses, and those are going to go Very nice. Thank you. Those are gonna go out in the garden somewhere. But I have a third one that my neighbor gave me, so I'm gonna plant them in 3. And they only get, the oat grass only gets 12 inches high, but to 10 to 12 inches wide. So it's not gonna be like a very tall ornamental grass, which I think I have some of that as like a baby seedling, which I'm bringing out to harden off right now. But yeah, let's get these herbs potted, and then I also have some basil over here. Let me just show you that real quick. So here, I just popped it in this little, oops, it's like sitting in water. Whoops. Anyway, that one as well. So we'll actually put those in some dirt. Say about 6 inches apart, so we'll put ½ an inch deep. Wait, these are the thrillers, so we're gonna put these in the middle. Where's that seed? Okay, that's fine. Put another one there. Nasturtium in here as well. right, so here I am in one of the newest front gardens here, adjacent to my garage. And I was thinking of, I have some grassy textures here with the irises and the daylilies over here. I've got some new sedum that I popped in here, a new little baby sedum here. Or sorry, this wasn't new. These were just mine that I divided. That was new for my aunt. There's some columbine here, daylilies, a little red bud, some more irises here, but I don't really have, oh yeah, and more daylilies, more irises. Got some other flowers. I've got a tiny little cedar right here. I think this is phlox here, but I don't really have that much grassy texture over here. So I was thinking of putting the new oats here in like a drift of 3. I might put one here and then one there, one there. So I just went and dug some up. This was some that my neighbor gave me last year. And it did really, really well. It's already starting to spread here. So I guess it spreads by rhizome. So we're going to move those, probably put them somewhere around here. Probably in between. I have like a tiny little Norway spruce here. And some other perennial flower that my aunt gave me. I don't remember the name. But I also sowed some echinacea seeds in here. And I think I see some coming up over here. So I'm just going to try to be careful not to dislodge those. But I'm going to try my best. Anyway, I'm going to do some grassy. I might move it around, but those are my thoughts. A thought did occur to me that I have a variegated dogwood here, and I have a variegated grass, and I have another variegated dogwood right here. But the variegated dogwood is taking a while, so I don't know what that's doing. I see some growth at the base there though. So we're gonna water these in, but I don't know if this is gonna be their final resting place. But I already do like the texture in here, so I'm gonna water them in. I also have some nasturtiums that I've been soaking. I'm gonna pop those in as well, because I think the oranges will look really pretty with this light green here. I have some creeping phlox here and here. This is the bed that is right next to the garage, and I planted one of the free redbud trees that I got right here. I don't know if you can see, it's a little twig. I have some cool variegated leaf stuff from my friend that's bringing a really nice chartreuse yellow to this. I also have some perennial flowers from my aunt that we'll have to identify when the flower comes up. We have some daylilies. We have some obedient flower that has really spread that I planted last year. My hydrangea, I think this was a pink one that I got for Mother's Day last year. I planted in the ground. It's come back beautifully. There's a tiny little lupin here, so that's fun. And there's another lupin here. Right there is a little lupin. Right here is a pretty little urn. Would you believe that I paid $5 for that? That's crazy. It felt like a steal. So this is a rhododendron that I saved from the side of the road. Someone was getting rid of it. I'm not sure if it's going to come back. It was in pretty rough shape, but I do see some new growth at the bottom. It is an evergreen, so I wasn't really sure how it was going to do. This is some more Rudbeckia here. I've also sown some sweet alyssum just pretty much everywhere around my garden. There's some more here, little groups of seedlings, so that's going to be really fun as a ground cover. I would really try to up my ground cover game, because the more ground cover you have, the less weeds, you know, in theory. So anyway, the reason I brought you over here is because I bought this beautiful, it's called donkey tail spurge, and plant in full sun, well-drained soil, blooms late spring to early summer, so grows 6 inches tall, and looks like that. Euphorbia is the Latin name for it. So yeah, I'm gonna plant it in this pot. I think it's really beautiful. It stands out really well against the U as well. So I'm gonna plant it up in that pot, and then probably in the fall move it somewhere more permanent, just so it has more protection for the winter. But I wanna plant it here for this season. So here we are, the donkey tail euphorbia. The spurge is all potted up. I have to weed whack desperately, but never mind that. Isn't that so beautiful? And these have these beautiful spires of pink, clusters of pink, pink-purple flowers. It's gonna look so beautiful right here. There is a lot more to do, but it is starting to sprinkle. It's almost time for lunch, and this pregnant mama needs a break. She needs a break. So we're gonna go in for lunch, and thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for subscribing. Smash that like button. Sweetie, can you say smash that like button? So silly. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.